41 years old. His 7th World Cup. An entire summer of critics screaming he should be dropped. And then, on a steaming hot evening in Houston, Texas, Cristiano Ronaldo does the only thing Cristiano Ronaldo knows how to do. He scores. Twice. And with those 2 goals, he becomes the first player in the entire history of football to score at 6 different FIFA World Cups. If you blinked, you missed history. But we didn't blink. Welcome to SoccerVault, your home for the sharpest World Cup 2026 breakdowns on the planet. Today we are dissecting Portugal's stunning 5-0 demolition of Uzbekistan in Group K. And trust us, behind that emphatic scoreline, there are stories that go way beyond the goals. Let's set the scene. Group K, Portugal, Colombia, DR Congo, Uzbekistan, came into this match with Portugal in need of a statement. Their opening group game had yielded points, but not conviction. Questions had been swirling about Portugal's attack, about their pressing intensity, and above all, about Cristiano Ronaldo. At 41, the man who once carried Portugal on his back through 4 World Cups was suddenly a liability in the minds of many pundits. Too slow, too static, too past it. Roberto Martinez, his manager, kept the faith. And Uzbekistan, making only their 2nd ever appearance at a World Cup, lined up as a disciplined, defensively organized side. On paper, Portugal should win this, but nobody predicted 5-0. And nobody predicted what Ronaldo was about to do to the record books. 5 goals, 5 different stories. Let me break every single one of them down for you. 6 minutes. That's all it took. João Cancelo, marauding down the right flank with that trademark combination of pace and intelligence, picked up the ball wide and whipped in a low, pinpoint cross into the 6-yard box. And there he was. Ronaldo, arriving from deep, timing his run to perfection, and placing the ball past the goalkeeper with cold, clinical precision. 1-0. The Houston crowd absolutely erupted. Ronaldo was back, and he knew it. But the stadium hadn't even settled when Nuno Mendes doubled the lead. 17 minutes. A Portugal free kick in a dangerous position. Uzbekistan lined up their wall. The routine looked straightforward until it wasn't. Mendes ran onto the ball and drove it low and hard into the far corner before the keeper had a chance to get across. 2-0. Portugal were purring, Uzbekistan were rattled, and the game was already over as a contest. But the best, the absolute best, was still to come. 39 minutes. Bruno Fernandes, brilliant and relentless throughout, picked up the ball in the right channel and threaded a through ball of breathtaking precision between 2 Uzbekistan defenders. It split the defensive line like a knife through butter. Ronaldo read it immediately, rolled off his marker, took it in his stride, and slotted home with his left foot. 3 goals. Ronaldo's 2nd of the night, a brace, a historic brace. Because right there, at the 39th minute in Houston, Cristiano Ronaldo became officially the first human being in the history of this sport to score in 6 different FIFA World Cup tournaments. 6, not 4, not 5. 6, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and now 2026, at the age of 41. And to make it even more extraordinary, he simultaneously shattered Lionel Messi's record as the oldest player ever to score a World Cup brace. Records don't merely fall when Ronaldo is in the building, they get incinerated. Portugal went into halftime 5 goals to the good. No, wait, not 5. 3. Sorry. I'm getting carried away by the magnitude of what Ronaldo did. 3-0 at the break. But Portugal weren't done. Not even close. If Uzbekistan had any lingering hope at halftime, Portugal extinguished it at the 60-minute mark. Another Portuguese attack pressing into the box, another ball fizzing across the face of goal, and Nematov, desperately trying to clear, can only turn the ball into his own net. 4-0. Own goals are never pretty. But when a team is pressing with that kind of relentless intensity, they become inevitable. Uzbekistan were drowning. And then Roberto Martinez decided that 4-0 needed a signature. On came Rafael Leao, the AC Milan winger, one of the most electric attacking players in Europe, with just over 20 minutes remaining. He needed less than half that time, 87th minute. Leao collects the ball on the left, cuts inside on his right foot with devastating acceleration, and absolutely thunders a strike into the top left corner. The goalkeeper had no chance. 5-0. Full time. Dominant, complete, historic. Now let's talk about what Portugal got tactically right, because this performance was far more than a Ronaldo show. Cancelo and Mendes as overlapping wingbacks gave Portugal relentless width throughout, consistently pulling Uzbekistan's shape apart and creating the half spaces between the lines that Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva thrive in. Fernandes was outstanding, constantly dropping into pockets of space, linking play, and picking passes that cut through Uzbekistan's defensive structure with surgical accuracy. And Ronaldo? Still that penalty box intelligence, still that forward movement into dangerous areas, still, very much, a massive threat at the highest level. Here is my hot take, and I know some of you are already furiously typing in the comments. There has been a very loud, very persistent narrative this summer that Portugal are better without Ronaldo, that selecting a 41-year-old forward at a World Cup is pure sentiment over cold strategy, that his pace is gone, his pressing is a liability, and that Portugal's younger attackers deserve the starts he is taking. And I will be completely honest with you, 3 weeks ago, that was a legitimate conversation. The question marks were fair to raise, but tonight, that debate is finished. You do not get to stand there and tell me that a man who just became the first player in the entire history of football to score at 6 World Cups is holding Portugal back. You do not get to call him a liability when he is the one lighting up the biggest stage in sport and rewriting history books at 41 years of age. The critics were wrong, Martinez was right, and Ronaldo, as he has done his entire career, let his boots do the talking. You can absolutely disagree in the comments. That is exactly what the comments section is for, but you will need to work very hard to make your case after a performance like this. So where does this leave Group K? Portugal sit top with an excellent goal difference, in a very strong position heading into the final group game. But here's the twist. Colombia are right behind them. The Cafeteros edged past DR Congo 1-0 on the very same day, a late Munoz strike in the 76th minute doing the damage. That result sets up something genuinely mouth-watering for June 27th, Portugal versus Colombia at Miami Stadium, a top-of-the-group decider, Ronaldo versus James Rodriguez, European champions versus South American giants. This is the kind of match World Cups are built for, and SoccerVault will have you covered every single step of the way. For Uzbekistan and DR Congo, they meet each other on June 27th as well, both still mathematically alive for a knockout stage spot depending on results elsewhere. Do not count either side out yet. That is your complete SoccerVault breakdown of Portugal's historic 5-0 demolition of Uzbekistan and Cristiano Ronaldo's place in football immortality. 7 World Cups, 6 with goals, 41 years old. An achievement no human being in this sport has ever managed before. If this video fired you up as much as it fired us up, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your take in the comments right now. Was tonight the night Cristiano Ronaldo finally, definitively, permanently silenced every single one of his critics? I want every single one of your takes. SoccerVault. We'll see you in the next one.